Here, just take the camera back. Let's not worry about it. Stuart is right there.
Pretty sure that's him.
Why people decorate their bats? Jordan, these photos are going to be terrible on this.
Yeah,
I know. So, super shaky. Yeah. The fastest I can get is a 13th of a second.
I like that.
You may be seated. I have opened these ceremonies for about 30 years. On the eve of my retirement from this university, for the first time, I would like to take this opportunity to give you graduates a single message. I congratulate you. I congratulate your academic accomplishments and wish you success in your lives as scientists. But I have another wish, that you and you and you be not only outstanding scientists, but also outstanding citizen scientists. Make no mistake, science and even the scientific method are under attack. You cannot simply sit on your hands. Of course, there are many non-scientists in our world. Most people are non-scientists. However, do whatever you can to minimize the number of anti-scientists. Our society has progressed because important decisions were based upon evidence. Not rumor, not gossip, not political pressure. Evidence. As young scientists, it is your path to choose. But I encourage you to join me in the belief that if I kneel to any altar, it is to the altar of evidence. Thank you.
Graduates, this milestone for you is one that our entire leave here having experienced a college education at one of the top flagship universities in the nation, the University of Texas at Austin. In a few moments, you students will walk across this brightly lit stage and be the center of our attention as we celebrate your achievements today. And I hope that you feel that this is an extension of the spotlight that you've been in for the last 4 years as a natural sciences student of the class of 2017. When this class arrived on the 40 acres, our university was in the process of a major initiative to significantly increase the 4-year graduation rate of our students. Because ours is UT Austin's largest college, and a college with its fair share of tough classes, you and your accomplishments are indeed in the spotlight today. You collectively are celebrated as widely as any class that has walked this graduation stage here before you. So congratulations. We're pleased to welcome you, Dr. Thane Crandell.
Thank you, Dean Hickey, for that kind introduction and gracious invitation to speak here. To be honest, it's an honor that I never imagined, and it's caused me to reflect on how I got here. And this year alone, it's been quite a journey back to Austin. In January, I was working with one of my students who won a Fulbright to study women's entrepreneurship in Morocco. And then went to Uganda and Rwanda to visit social enterprises that have come through our programs at Miller Center. These enterprises bring things like safe drinking water, clean energy, sustainable agriculture, dignified livelihoods to the communities they serve. On to Nairobi, where we graduated the first cohort of social enterprises focused on maternal and child health in partnership with GE Ventures and their Healthy Imagination program. And seeing all of these young people working at these ventures who are trying to change the world really inspires and moves me. In March, I was scuba diving in Micronesia, Truk, Yap, and Palau, witnessing the wrecks of World War II and the beauty and biodiversity of our planet's fragile and perishing coral reefs. And earlier this month, I was in Washington, D.C., with one of my other students who worked with a social enterprise in Nepal that empowers women to bring clean energy to their communities as entrepreneurs. So this year alone, it's been quite a journey to come here to Austin and be with all of you on this special day. And as I reflected on what wisdom, or lack thereof, I might share with you graduates, I realized that if you're doing graduation right, celebrating amidst family and friends, you're unlikely to remember much of what I say. So I simplified it to just 2 words: stability and mobility. You got it? Okay, let's see. Stability and mobility. Repeat with me one time. Stability and mobility. Thank you very much. Just kidding. Let me tell you a little bit more about that. So I graduated from UT Austin well before most of you were born. And when I tell people I went to UT, I usually get some kind of response like, "Oh, you're from Texas." Well, actually I was born in Seattle. 6 months later we moved to Alabama. 6 months after that we moved to New Orleans, where my younger brother was born. And he actually has both a bachelor's and a PhD from University of Texas at Austin. Then we moved back to Seattle, and then to Alaska, and back to Seattle. And in my sophomore year of high school to Katy, Texas. Any Katy grads? Thought there might be. So it was really a childhood of geographic mobility. Often after I share that kind of story with people, about 60% of people will say something to the effect of, "Oh, military?" Well, no. It was also a childhood of emotional mobility. And because your graduation should be a joyous occasion, I'm not going to share details with you, other than to say that if you read Augustine Burroughs' Running with Scissors, it's kind of a PG version of my childhood. So how did I get here, back to Austin? Well, I came to UT Austin for school for 2 reasons. The first is that I won a couple of scholarships, one that stipulated I stay in Texas, and the other that I majored in chemistry. And that made it attractive, financially stable for someone who was putting himself through college. The other reason is that I had a lot of friends who were coming here. Some of them are here with us today, in fact. That's it? All right. Indeed, I introduced two of my friends to each other outside this very building while we were camping out to buy concert tickets. You may have heard rumors of this from your parents. We had to camp out to buy concert tickets in the old days for Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, so it was quite a while ago. And although time has moved on, the date is stable in my memory. October 10th, 1980. I was best man at their wedding 5 years later. And their two boys are now grown and graduated from college. In fact, one last week from a school that shall remain nameless today. And what I'm sharing with you is really that true friendships offer a stability in your life, along with lasting memories like dancing on tables at the hole in the wall, pretty badly I might add, to funky music. So I hope that many of you graduates have forged friendships here at UT that will endure a lifetime. And I'd ask you to just reflect for a moment on a lifelong friend that you made here, platonic or romantic. The stability of those friendships forges some kind of mysterious connection. It's almost quantum in nature. No matter how far apart you are, you're still connected as you move through life's inevitable challenges. And there will be many of them. So stability and mobility are kind of two sides of the same coin. The yin and the yang, the protons and electrons, and the opposite, but inextricably linked. Consider your family members and your parents who are here with you today. The physical mobility they displayed to come here to Austin to celebrate with all of you. They're also likely emotionally very moved and proud of your accomplishments. And for most of you, I hope, they provided a source of stability and nurturing as you were growing up. So please, graduates, let's once again thank your parents and family members for all that they've done to bring you here to this auspicious day. Do we have any grandparents here today? Grandparents? My grandmother, perhaps like your great-grandmother or great-grandparents, was a survivor of the Great Depression. Having survived dark economic times, she always had a sense of scarcity. And I remember her saying to me, "No one can take your education away from you, Thane. Get as much of it as you can." So education offers stability, but education also offers mobility. Think about how your minds have been moved by the world-class faculty here at UT Austin. How you imagine things that you never imagined before. How you're pursuing new endeavors as you leave this room today and what you'll do with the rest of your lives. Education's a stable foundation as you move through your vocational journeys. And the rate of science and technology change is faster than ever. So new opportunities will evolve from this foundation of your education here. Indeed, when I was an undergraduate, I never imagined that I would help pioneer a revolution in genetic analysis for one gene at a time to whole genomes. I never imagined that I would be the startup CEO for 3 biotech companies. And I certainly did not imagine that all of my experience, all of my passion, and all of my education could be put to work to address the most pressing problems of the planet and our people. Indeed, I never imagined that I would lead a center for social entrepreneurship in the heart of Silicon Valley because the concept of social entrepreneurship did not even exist then. Nor did I imagine that it would be possible to work with 660 social enterprises in 65 countries that collectively have helped lift and move 230 million people out of poverty. Economic mobility occurs on foundations of safe drinking water, clean energy, good food, sustainable agriculture, education, dignified livelihoods, and gender equality. These are the elements of stable societies. As you embark on your vocational journeys, let mobility and stability be forces that drive you to pursue the unimaginable. Whatever your major, you can discern a metaphor for mobility and stability. The fidelity of the genetic code, the agility of evolution, the gravitational pull of an ever-expanding universe, the stability of chemical bonds, the mobility of subatomic particles. How will you use this foundation of your world-class education at UT Austin to move the world to a better place? What moves you, and what makes you move through life? When you're moving, what keeps you anchored? As you continue to grow in all dimensions, and I hope that you will, intellectually, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, let your passions and power move you through life, and let the bonds of love hold you firm. Congratulations, and thank you.
Good afternoon. I'd like to begin by taking a moment for all of us to thank our family members and loved ones for their care and support. These people are our biggest advocates, and we would not be here today without their help in pushing us to the finish line. We would all like to extend our sincerest thanks and appreciation to all those loved ones here today. When I tell people that I'm studying physics, the most common response is, "Wow, I hated physics." Huh, what am I supposed to say to that? Well, I love physics, so I guess that's a conversation ender. I'm sure that you've all gotten similar comments from peers saying, "I was so bad at math in high school," or "I'm so glad to be done with science classes." But I think that those people were taught that science is a collection of numbers and facts. We all know that science is really about using logic to answer questions and solve problems in the world. During our time at UT, a lot has been expected of us as students. We have earned a well-rounded education from one of the best public universities in the country. Small communities like FIG and FRI have allowed us to make this large university feel a little bit more like family. The focus on academics and research has taught us to have a good work ethic and to be self-motivated. These enduring reputations will make us proud to be Longhorns for years to come. But we know that we didn't make it to graduation today by chance. We've all put in our time and worked our way up the totem pole. People in college like to complain about 8 a.m.s, but let me tell you about my 11 p.m. My first semester freshman year, the only time slot for E&M lab that still had seats open was from 8 to 11 p.m. My first thought was, is that even legal? Can they make me stay at school until 11 p.m.? Apparently, the answer is yes. But little did I know that that was not the latest I would ever have to stay on campus. Just when I thought I got through all of college without pulling a single all-nighter, in my very last week of school, I underestimated my last lab report. I texted my mom about something at 5 a.m. and she told me to go back to bed. I said, "What do you mean back to bed? I didn't even go to bed." It's just so easy to get her in a twist when she's 1,000 miles away. Sorry, Mom, I love you. We all know that these are rites of passages for earning a degree in STEM, whether it's working late on a programming assignment, or a lab report, or a problem set. I'm sure after these past few years at UT, you feel like you've learned a lot of information about your field and that you've paid your dues as a student. But I think it's important for us all to stop and examine the skills that we've gained that we may not have even noticed. Our ability to ask the right questions and to seek answers. It doesn't matter if you're physics, astronomy, computer science, math, or chemistry. Everything we do is methodical and uses logical steps to get from where we are to an answer. I want to be a college professor one day, and I'm sure I, like every other professor, will have dreams of inspiring the next generation of students. What is slightly less glamorous, but I think more important, is for giving people an appreciation for the skills they are learning. Regardless of the major listed on your diploma, as of today, we all have degrees in logical reasoning and critical thinking. The use of these skills extends far beyond science. If no one knows the answer to a question, we don't say, "Oh well." We as scientists go find the answer. In this new digital age of fast-traveling internet stories, When someone posts a headline that seems questionable, we are trained to approach it with a healthy skepticism and not accept it blindly as fact. Seek evidence that supports or denies it, because it is our role as scientists to bring logic to debates. If something seems unfair, and the reason is because that's the way it has always been done, look for an alternative. Find a solution that benefits more people. As your peer, I feel that I'm in no place to tell you wise words like, life is better when you're true to yourself, or don't be afraid to fail because it helps you grow. But the message I can share, and I think we should all remember, is that we can use the skills we've learned here at UT in the College of Natural Sciences far beyond any classroom, laboratory, or company. As we graduate and become full-fledged members of society, remember to seek the truth and to think critically about things. Bring your inner scientist to those around you. This is what will allow us to change the world. Thank you, and hook 'em.
Hook 'em. The Longhorns.
Diego Wright. Audrey Copeland.
Is that him? Okay.
Megan Hoffman. Kendall Cole. Philip Crandell. Daniel Hoffman. Edsel Valle. And this concludes the degrees in physics. Now for the Bachelor of Arts with a major in computer science. Bruce Porter, Chair of the Department of Computer Science, will congratulate our graduates. Hung Bao. Austin Siu. Phoenix Bechet. Courtney Rockford Ross. Eitan Yarmish. Jonathan Eubank. Colin Karen. Alex Irion. Barrett Henson. Courtney Rockford Ross. Indicodi. Gabriel Morera.
Almost done.
Samuel Yu. And this concludes the presentation of the candidates for degrees in the College of Natural Sciences. Dean Hickey, these are your graduates.
Graduates, you will recess from the auditorium in the way that you entered. The difference will be that where you entered as degree candidates, you will now leave as graduates and alumni of the University of Texas at Austin.
Are you just filming the same thing? Yeah. Okay. I'll zoom in on Phil. Look. You know what? I'll zoom in on Philip. Don't know where he is. That wasn't right. No.
Come on. Yeah, and it's so funny.
Take these to cafe.
It's like that. I'm like, who was I talking about? Or you think back when you were 20
Oh, I missed it. Do it over again.
I got it on film. Gordon, I got it on film.
Are we standing like in Longhorn Plaza or something like that?
No, it's just like the vibe. It's like where you stand if you're waiting to go to a basketball game or something.
Feels nice.
It's like where you stand.
I have your microphone here. You guys don't, somebody want an external microphone?
Sure.
Okay, you gotta turn your camera off for a second.
No, I'm getting precious moments.
Precious moments.
Yes.
That's it. She wasn't in classes with you? No, I usually, almost all the people that I was sitting with are familiar to me because we sat with them in class. Yeah. She must have either been really far ahead of me or very far behind. No, but astronomy is basically physics. So I shared classes.
Philip Crandell,
Hey,
how do you feel?
I feel great.
Say hook 'em, Longhorns.
I mean, how come I guess I don't really do this?
Do you know how to do it, Missy?
I'm a big fan of this. It doesn't really look like a Longhorn, you know? They kind of go out like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can't do that? I mean, this is not what they do.
That's UTA.
It's also UT San Antonio because for some reason they think that's a roadrunner.
Oh, Philip's got his.
Stuart Thomas,
Hi!
can you show us your iPhone?
Somebody just needs to sacrifice.
I'm busy using it right now.
What version of iPhone is that? Because in 20 years, your grandkids are going to watch this video and go, what is Grandma holding? Oh, look at that non-modern iPhone.
Who's riding with you?
I'm here at the cafe in Austin, Texas. We have just gone to my nephew's graduation. Philip Crandell graduated from UT on May 20th, the same day as my sister Jane's birthday. We are now going to have lunch at the cafe with our family, all of our siblings, Gordon, Jane, Amy, and Claire, along with their respective families, will be joining us for lunch, and we will celebrate with Philip and his girlfriend Missy, who I assume will be joining us for lunch today. It looks like a lovely day in Austin, and we'll probably be enjoying some beautiful weather, hopefully later on. It was a great ceremony, and we're really proud of Philip.
So, guys,
Hi.
how was lunch?
Lunch was actually really good.
It was interminable. There was this man across the table from us who wouldn't stop talking on and on about God knows what.
So what's that over there?
This is the dirty dish tray. It's an amazing dirty dish tray. And this is the
Those are the
people,
dishwashers?
Yeah, here in Austin. Well, no, he's running away. He's not finishing his job. Actually, the ones you should see are the blue ones. They're purple blue down here. Here we go. No.
No,
If we back up, they'll come back down.
he's right there. Making that noise. I'm gonna get a coffee.
They're kind of like Bonnie.
I want to go to a